Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Cos-Say. That's right. Today I'm here with Anton, aka mimidae. Some of you might know him from Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. Um, so yeah, Anton, how did you get into cosplay?
So funny enough, it was actually I didn't start cosplaying until probably like my first year of college. So back in 2014. But it was because my friend introduced me to some other animes other than Inuyasha, because that at that point was probably the only thing that I'd ever seen. And she was like, "You know what you should watch? Soul Eater." And I was like, "Okay, sure." So we started watching Soul Eater, and then somehow we stumbled across Fighting Dreamers Pro, like Twin Fools and like Lucas and everybody on
Hmm.
YouTube, and I was like, "That's cool. I didn't know you could do that." So, kind of learning through him and like their channel and everything just inspired me to be like, I want to do that. Like, I want to dress up and like go have fun and meet new people who like this nerdy stuff.
So what was your first cosplay?
It was Go from Free, I think. Was the first one that I ordered because there was like a Halloween event in my city in Huntsville. And I was like, yeah, let's do that. And my friend was like, well, I have a free jacket. And I was like, I don't have anything. So I just ordered everything off of Amazon. And like the netting that comes around the wigs, I thought that was the wig cap because it didn't come with a wig cap. And I was like, how am I supposed to put my hair in this? It won't hold it up. So it was an adventure.
So you've been cosplaying for 6 years. That sounds like quite an adventure. So you've probably been to conventions over the 6 years. Is there any like memorable experiences that you have?
Um, KatsuCon is probably like my most memorable con every year. Uh, the first year was really great that I ever went. I think that was in 2016, 2017, one of those years. Um, and it was because I got to meet Kristen, so Alchemic Fox. I got to meet her, and I was super excited about that because I love their YouTube videos, and I finally got to meet them. But consistently throughout the years, my friends and I have kind of had like the same little group go and stay, and we always meet up with other friends. Sunday nights of KatsuCon are the best because it's always we'll get together with that other group of friends that come in from London, and we'll like go like into this big empty hallway on Sunday night where like no one's there. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and we all just like blast like speakers and we do like sing-alongs and like renditions of like just musical theater stuff, and it's insane. It's crazy. It's probably the best thing I've ever done. I'm kind of bummed we didn't get to do it last year, and not going to get to do it this year again because if it happens, they're not going to be able to make it.
Yeah.
So,
Was Katsucon your first convention?
no, my first convention was either Hamacon in Huntsville or like this little like hallway con called Sakoshi Con, actually, like because I had to take all my stuff off the wall, so I had like the very first badge from it here. It was like this little con like in Mobile, I think it's where it was, and I took my dad and I was like, this is what I do. And it was just crazy. My dad was like, okay, cool, I'm never coming to this again. So
Um, since conventions have been like momentarily paused because of this whole pandemic.
thanks.
Sorry. What's the last convention that you went to?
The last one that I went to was Holiday Matsuri. I didn't get to go to Katsucon this past year just because money and everything.
Yeah.
It was just not really going well for like the plans. So, but Hallmat was the last one that I went to. I don't really remember what I brought to Hallmat. It was all just kind of like there to have fun, I think. I brought
2019 whole mat?
huh?
You were at 2019 whole mat?
Yeah.
That was my first convention. I can't
So
believe
did
I
you
had the
like
chance
it?
to meet you and I didn't. That sucks.
How'd you like it?
It was great. I heard about it through one of the cosplayers that I interviewed in like the first month of me running the show because it was originally a school project.
Yeah, that's really cool though. Yeah, I like Hallmat. It was the close to home one was, but now it's gonna be a travel one. But it's always fun. I like just getting the chance to like dress up in like Christmas versions of costumes. I think that's like the most like it's like with Katsu, like you get like the little Valentine's Day stuff. So I like
Yeah.
little niche like things like that you get to do at cons.
Yeah, that was my favorite part of it. So back to your experiences over the past 6 years, has there been like a distinct cosplay that you've been like really really proud of?
For a long time, it was my Arabian Ray from Free. Um, it was the first costume that I ever lined anything with. Um, but I remember just being super excited about that because I put so much detail and so much time into it. And it was really the first one that like I had a bunch of friends help me like learn how to pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Like over the phone, they would like Skype or they'd call me, and because we had a big group going for AWA, and they would like show me how to do it, and it was really exciting. But I think that was the one that I was most proud of for the longest time. I'm really proud of Eros that I'm working on right now, just because he's sparkly and beautiful, and I'm excited to finish him. But I think that'll be my pride and joy whenever it's done.
Do you have a cosplay that you are like least proud of or that didn't turn out so well?
um, I'm sure there are. I think, oh man, I don't know. I think probably one of the ones that I haven't like super been proud of for like a little bit, like looking back on it. And I think it was just because like I wasn't like great at wig styling or things like that. And I look on it now, not so much as like something I didn't like, but as something that like I can improve upon and
Mm-hmm.
like redo and do better, I guess, like as a learning experience. There are, I think one of the most uncomfortable ones that I had was ever like was Keith from Voltron.
Mm-hmm.
I made his like Galra outfit for ALA, and it was so uncomfortable that I didn't even like leave the hotel room, and I just put on his casual costume because I was like, I don't like this. It's not comfy. I don't want to walk around in it, and it's hot. So I just like scrapped it and put on like his normal clothes and did a photo shoot in that instead.
That's pretty cool. I
It's
mean,
like,
not cool that it was uncomfy, but it's cool that you still got to enjoy
yeah.
overall. Is there a cosplay that has like been the most expensive to put together, or took the most amount of work?
Uh, I think Alba, when I did him, was probably the most expensive because it was right as like DMMD was like peaking, I guess, like, and you couldn't find that jacket anywhere. Um, Now it's like super easy, but like you couldn't find that jacket anywhere, and it was so stressful for me because I was like, I want like the perfect puffiness, and I spent way too much money on that costume, like with the headphones and like the jacket and everything, because I had to order them from like this like far off like Chinese company, but like their shipping was ridiculous, and it was crazy.
How much do you think you spent on it?
Too much, probably like $400 or something
Oh
by the
my
time
gosh.
everything. Yeah, it was a lot. I was like, probably should have spent that much money on it looking back, but it's fine.
Did it end up meeting your expectations? Was it
Yeah,
good?
I loved it. I thought it was so much fun. I want to redo it. I don't have any of it anymore, but I really want to get the wig back and just redo it just for nostalgia purposes because it was super like, I don't know, it was super fun. I like his wig a lot. I think is what it is too. It's just different.
That's awesome. As a cosplayer, how is it running your YouTube channel? Because I know that you post videos. What is the like main thing for your content?
So it used to be a lot of like convention videos, like con vlogs and things like that. I got away from it for a little while just because I kept forgetting to film at cons. Like I could never remember to do it, and like we'd get back from con and be like, wow, I didn't film anything. Uh, but I'm trying to get back into it, which is why I've kind of been talking about it a little bit for like to hold me accountable. I guess accountability for like making videos and
Yeah.
new content, things like that. But I want to do more like I used to do like makeup tutorials. I've done a couple. I want to do that again. I want to really get back into like con vlogs because it's nice to have those. I'm one of those people that likes a bunch of photos of like friends and like videos of friends and things like that. Like I always want to have my camera out and like have those memories just because they're funny.
Yeah.
Um, so I want to get back into that, but hopefully once I get settled, it'll be a little bit easier to start filming like wig stuff and makeup and go back to that con vlog and just crazy cosplay experiences like if we go out in public or something like that and just have fun once everything's calmed down.
Yeah. Well, I'm really excited to see what you start posting. You're a really talented cosplayer, so it'll be cool.
Thanks. I just have fun.
um,
That's all it is. I just have fun. I enjoy what I do.
That's awesome. Do you have something that inspires or motivates you to keep doing it? Like I know that you said it's fun, but like is there any like specific person or specific reason?
Honestly, like just friends. There have been a couple times where I've like taken a step back and like not wanted to really do it anymore, um, just because I know the community gets really rough every now and then, or like I just get caught up in work or like other focuses happen and I don't feel that certain like passion for it. And it's always like my friends that bring me back to wanting to do it. Like they'll always be like, "Hey, like let's do this," and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, that's fun." Or like they'll introduce me to a new show, and it like kicks my drive back into it or something. Like it's honestly my friends that keep it up.
That's awesome. So over the past 6 years, do you think that you've gained any skills from being in cosplay?
Definitely, I think besides like just makeup skills and like sewing ability that is like come across like over the couple of years since like my grandmother taught me. One of the big things is just being a little bit more open and meeting new people. Um, I used to be pretty reserved and like not want to talk to people in public situations, and like cosplay really helps that. Big convention, like
Hold on, you're cutting
that
out.
way. Uh,
Can you repeat that?
like,
You cut out for a hot second.
oh, sorry, no, because like I know everybody else has said, but when you go to a convention, you already have that icebreaker. So like you have that ability to like you don't have to form that like awkward like what are you into, like what do you like. It's just a hey, I like your cosplay, like let's talk about like my hero or something, or you know it's really nice to have that like ability to ease into a conversation and makes you a little bit more comfortable with like meeting new people and
Yeah.
public speaking, I guess, too.
Do you think?
Social anxiety.
Oh yeah, social anxiety hits hard, but you know, having that icebreaker definitely helps.
Yeah.
Do you think that there is something in our community that brings us together but also pulls us apart?
Social media, 1,000%. I feel like is a double-edged sword because it's a great way to like communicate with everybody and to like share things and talk about it. But it's also, I feel like now especially gets into like a huge competition and turns cosplay into a huge competition. Like one of the things that I see a lot um, of people talking about and posting too is just like, oh, like I love your cosplay. Like I wish mine was that good, or like I'll never be like, I wish I could be that good. It's just like you can. It just takes practice and experience, or like, you know, it's kind of like a don't put yourself down because like you have the ability to do this. Like this is a practice that we all have. Like you've got to practice to be able to, be good at something or to learn a new skill. It's a learning process. So I think that's like part of the really hard issue of social media is everybody turns it kind of into a competition or like a comparison act, and that's not what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Um, I remember there was a point too, like when I started cosplaying, even though it was like getting into the incline of like content that we had and resources and things like that, there still wasn't a ton of stuff to have. So you had to like rely on each other to like help you like learn how to do things or like rely on different stances. You couldn't just like there weren't like cosplay magazines and things like that. So I think that's a really cool tool though that is in the community today too. I think that's really neat. And like Patreon and everything like that. Like I'm glad that all that's more prominent so you can learn a little bit more from it and connect with everybody else.
Yeah. Are there any specific lessons that you've learned from other people in the community that have really helped you grow?
Definitely don't get a big head about anything. But I feel like that's just a life lesson in general too. Um, and just do what you want to do. Like, don't do this for other people and don't do this because other people want you to do it. Do it for yourself and do what you want to do because that's when you're going to thrive and that's when you're going to have the most fun and that's when you're going to be the most proud of like whatever you're putting out. Because I know I've done a couple costumes over the past few years that like I've done because friends have wanted me to, and I haven't been the happiest in them because they're not something that I was like super stoked about. As opposed to when you do something, even if like it's a niche cosplay or like it's just something small, like it brings you so much more joy if you do it because you want to do it. Like don't let anybody tell you what you can and can't do. Like do it for yourself.
Thank you for that. That's really all of the questions that I have. But is there any advice that you'd like to give to any of your fans, followers, or friends?
Like I said, just do this for yourself. Don't get hung up on anything like anything really that's negative in the community, or like if that happens, like just take everything with a grain of salt, because at the end of the day, like you're the one that makes yourself happy, and you're the one that has that say over how you can like make yourself feel, I guess, in general over a costume. Like I know that there's a lot of hate out there recently, and I know that this world's like kind of rough right now. But just do what makes you happy. Focus on the joy in that, and surround yourself with people that care about you and that support you, because that's where you're going to thrive. Um, and just kind of be that person for everybody else, because I don't think that there's too much negative in the world. So like just be that positive influence and just continue to like inspire everybody. Like I think this is really cool what you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think this brings a lot of joy to like the community and stuff. And like every time you post a video, I'm like, yes, new stuff. Yeah, I get excited like hearing from everybody else too, because I know, like you said, social media is rough. It's a double-edged sword too. So I think that this is a really good way to showcase like the community as a whole and what we all want to bring together, like what it should be.
Thank you. That was my whole goal with starting it. I think it's really cool to have what you guys say put out there, because I think that a lot of the time people don't realize that you guys are humans, and even sometimes I fall victim to it too. I get really excited when I get an interview with somebody who I look up to, and I look at the numbers and I'm like, that's a really big number. Like, why are they
I
talking
do
to
this.
me? But you guys are humans, and it's really cool when you take the time to come and speak um, and actually appreciate what I do. That's Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think it's really neat, because like I said, like we didn't have this kind of stuff like when I was starting out. So I think having this ability and like having these conversations with somebody else too is a lot different than just like someone talking about like their experiences to a screen, which is neat in itself as well. Like that's really helpful. But I think like just conversing with somebody else makes it a little bit more real, and you can just relate to it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Feel like you can open up, I guess.
Well, thank you so much for talking with me. Is there anything else that you would like to say? I do need you to drop your social media, which I'll be putting in the description. So,
Just have fun. Like I keep saying, like that's just what it is. Just have fun and just be a dork and be a nerd, because that's what we all are. Like we're all nerds that watch anime and cartoons and read manga and everything and comics. Like just go ballistic. Like that's it. That's all that matters. Be safe, but go crazy. Yeah.
and yeah.
So my Instagram is mimidae, Mimidae, and TikTok is the same thing but with an extra A at the end, because I don't know where that other username went. I think it was probably me. I can't log into the old account, so I just made a new one. um, yeah, and I think that's it.
Yeah.
YouTube is Mimi Day Cause as well, I think, as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, thank you so much. It was lovely to talk to you. I will see everybody else next week for another episode. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.